This Hallmark TV version of the Cleopatra tragedy has all of the trappings of Egypt, and the technology to boot. But it falls short in its delivery, and it's just simply not convincing. It is tough to get actors to play sword and sandal flicks with credibility. Gladiator probably stands out as the best of the fairly recent vintage. Comparing this film to Liz Taylor and Dick Burton is not fair. There simply is no comparison, and it does not approach the level of the 1963 movie. However, the sets and the cinematography are absolutely fantastic. If you can sit through a dreadful portrayal of Cleopatra, you may become engaged if not completely entertained. I do not recommend that you watch this film, unless, of course, you are inclined to do so. It would be best to have the 1963 version on hand, so you can make comparisons. Flat, uninspiring tale of one of the greatest female leaders of all time, Cleopatra. Fails to capture the magnitude of the historic Egyptian, portraying her as a seductress with a lust for power, and nothing more. Our young Cleopatra is alluring, yet she does not win us over as the manipulative queen, or goddess, as she prefers. Billy Zane is the smitten Antony, spellbound by Cleopatra's charms, yet not the strong leader she needed to help her build an empire. Timothy Dalton's Julius Caesar could have been that man, had he not fallen to Brutus' conspiracy. Dalton's performance is one of the better turns on offer, though not by much. The cheap production disappoints, and the constant British accents become very annoying in the Middle East. Lacks three key ingredients for a film of this type: a grand score, sweeping cinematography and stunning sets. See Ben-Hur. Not an epic, not anything. Saturday, August 14, 1999 TV. According to the budget most of the TV films have, I should tell that Martin Hitchcock did some great work as production designer and Enrico Sabatini created some convincing costumes. David Connell, his cinematography is sometimes breathtaking, but in the scenes on water it sometimes looks very fake, a pity. The action has its moments, but don't expect too much of it, especially the special effects are quite weak. But that is not really a failure because they probably did not have enough money for spectacular battle scenes. The main character Cleopatra is portrayed by Leonor Varela. She isn't bad and performed some good dialogues, but she does have a few very mediocre appearances. The first half of the film focuses on the relationship of the Egyptian queen and Julius Caesar. Timothy Dalton is as usual impressive. And although he played better roles in his wonderful career, he gives an interesting interpretation of the Roman conqueror. The second part concerns Cleopatra and her interference in the Roman civil war between Mark Antony and Octavian, both strong performances by Billy Zane and Rupert Graves. The most interesting supporting roles were Olympos Art Malik, Brutus, Sean Pertwee, and Rufo John Bowie. They did some good work with those roles, but Cassandra Voyages, as Arsinoe, sister of Cleopatra, is painful to watch. She is a disturbing factor, and the actors appear to act more relaxed and with more confidence when her character isn't around anymore. This production outreaches the standard quality of an OK TV film. And although there are some disappointing shots, I think it is worth watching. Just do not be in the mood for a great epic adventure with tons of spectacle. Remember, it is made for television. I give it a 7 only for the first part where Timothy Dalton performs as Julius Caesar. He was fabulous. Great performance as usual from this man. Having been a longtime fan of Mr. Dalton's, I can't believe I'm just now seeing it. I actually bought the DVD so I can watch his performance over and over. Even though Leonor Varela was okay, she did have hot chemistry with Dalton, more so than she had with Billy Zane. But then what woman doesn't have on-screen chemistry with Dalton? Well, maybe Mae West. I read that Varela and Zane were engaged but never married. I can see why when watching them on screen. Lol. Boring. Oh, and Caesar's death scene is amazing, even though I winced throughout. Anyone who is a Timothy Dalton fan should rent, or buy, and watch the first 90 minutes. You won't be sorry.